Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Naveed Technical Education. Today we're going to cover Oracle SQL Commands. These are the topics of discussion that we're going to cover today. What are DDL commands, what are DML commands, what are TCL commands, what are DCL commands, and what are DQL commands. Coming to the DDL command, it stands for your data definition language. All Oracle DDL commands are auto-committed by default. That means it saves all the changes permanently inside your database. These are some of the commands. For example, create to create new table or database, alter for any alteration of the object, truncate to delete the data from the table, drop to drop a table, rename to rename a table. Now let's see a demo on how can we use all these commands in our environment. So let's log in to Scott user, where I'm going to show you how can we create a table. So for create a table, we can use create table keyword. So let me see which user right now I'm in. So create table student. Okay, then I will give the column and what are the types of column. Let's say it should be integer, name should be varchar 10, then it should be age, should be integer. So this is how you create a table. Create table, give the table name followed by the column and the data type. As you can see here, I'm able to create the table. Now let's see how can we use the alter command to add a new column to this particular table. So we're going to use alter table student add. Let's say I want to add a new column known as address and give it as a character data type. Okay. And if you want to describe the table, you can describe it using DESC and give student. As you can see here, I have a new data column address with character data type. Let's say if I want to add a multiple column into this, how can I do it? Alter table, give the student add. Let's say I want to add father name, then I will give it as a varchar 60, and then mother name varchar 60, and then I will give date of birth as date data type. Now once again, if I describe it, you can see here I have added. So alter table, give the table name, give add, and then multiple columns you can add with the data types. You can see here all these columns are added to the student data type. Now let's say we want to give a default value. Okay, so whenever any column is there and any insertion is happening inside that particular table, so that particular column will take a default value. Now how to add column with default values? Alter table student add. Let's say I will give it as dates. Okay. Default, let's say I will give it as 1 Jan 2019. Oh, okay, I need to specify some other. Let's say if I give current. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Give it a date. So you can see here, if I go to the describe, you can see here dates is there, which is of a type date. So whenever I'm doing insertion inside, inserting any record inside the student table, so by default it will take the default value 1 Jan 2019 for dates. Let's see how to modify an existing column. Let's say I want to modify this particular address. Okay, from char data type to varchar. So how can I do it? I can use alter table student modify ss varchar 30. Let me give it as 30 varchar. Okay, let me describe the table. You can see here address. It has been changed from character data type to varchar to 30. Let's say how we can rename a particular column. Let me rename this address to some other column name. So alter table, I will give student rename AD column to, let me give it to as location. Sorry, I made a mistake here. It should be alter student, alter table name, which is student, rename column address to location. So this is how it should be. If I give here, you can see here, the location has been changed. Okay, so the address which we have the column has been renamed to location. Let's say if you want to drop a particular column, how can you drop that particular column? Let's say I want to drop the, location. So how will I do it? Or let's say if I want to drop this dates, alter table student drop and give the dates. Okay, so let's say dates particular column I want to. So this is how you do it, and describe the table. You will say it. I'm able to drop this particular column dates with the data type date. So you can see alter table name drop. So these are some of the examples of alter table. Now let's see one more DDL commands known as truncate. Now truncate, basically what it does, if you have any records, it will basically delete the record without deleting the structure of the table. So if I give truncate table student, it will truncate. So whatever the contents are there inside that particular student table will be deleted, but you will still have the structure. The structure won't be deleted. Coming to the drop command. Now what does the drop command does? The drop command will delete the structure as well as the data. So if I give table student, so you can see here the table is dropped. Now again, if I try to do describe, it will tell object student does not exist. So this is a very important interview question as well. What is the difference between a truncate and a drop? So truncate will delete your content, keeping the structure of the object or the table, whereas drop will delete the table along with its data and the structure. So let me once again create a table student. Okay, so let me just describe it. Okay, so I have ID name. Now how can I rename the table name? Okay, let's say a student is there, so I want to rename it to some other name. So let me show you how can we do that. Rename, give student to, I will give it as new student. Okay, now if I give describe student, you can see object does not exist. Now if I give here new student, you can see here it has been successfully renamed it. So again, you can rename it back using new student to student. Okay, you can also do that. So if you give describe student, now I've got the student back. So that's all from the different types of data definition DDL commands. Now we're going to see what you mean by data manipulation language. See, DML commands are not auto-committed. It means changes are not permanent to database. This can be rolled back. So some of the DML commands, as you can see, are insert, update, delete, and merge. So let's look at the demo to have a better understanding of how exactly these commands work, or what are the syntax of these commands. As you can see, I don't have any contents. If I do select star from student, I don't have any content. So let's try to insert some values. Insert into student. So this is how you do an insert. Values, give the values. So first values, let me give it as like comma. Okay. Now you can see here If I give select star from, you can see the first value got inserted. Similarly, we can insert, let's say, insert couple of values as well. Insert into student values 102, Alex. So this time I will give it as a null. Okay, so let me insert one more value, 103, Chris. Okay, oh, not enough values because I forgot to give here the age. Let me give it age here. Now if I give here select, you can see here I have 3 values right now. So 3 times I have inserted. So value 101. 3 rows are there. This is 1 row, this is second row, and this is third row. Now you can see second row is with a null. Now you need to explicitly specify the null. If you leave it in this particular space, it will say you not enough values. Okay, so you have to explicitly specify the null here. Now let's see how can we do an update. Let's say if I want to update an age, for Alex. So this is the command update. Give the table name, set age equals to 25, where ID equals to 102. So you can see here 1 row is updated. If I give a select, so you can see Alex, the age has been modified from null to 25. Okay, so this is how we do an update statement. So update followed by the table name, which value you want to set it, or which column you want to set it. You have to give the column with a new value, and you have to specify. If you don't specify here the where clause, what will happen? All the ages will be set here. Okay, so if you give the update, simply if you give it like this, let me see. Yeah, simply give it like this. So what will happen? 3 rows will be updated. You can see all the ages have been updated. Let's see how to do a delete command. So delete from table name, where age equals to, or where I will give ID equals to 103. So you can see 1 row deleted. If you can check here, it will delete the third row, or the with the ID number 103. Okay, now if you directly get delete from student, okay, so it will delete all the rows. If I give simply delete from student, delete from student. So what will do? It whatever the rows that are actually present inside, so all will be deleted, and that is why where we can use of the student. Now you can see nothing is there. Now let's see how can we create a merge command. Okay, see the merge statement was introduced in Oracle 9i to conditionally insert or update your data depending on its presence. A process also known as an upsert. Okay, so where we are doing both the update and insert in a single statement. Now the merge statement reduces your table scans and can perform the operation in parallel if required. So let me create 2 tables for this, catalog 1 and catalog 2. Okay, so let me clear the screen. So what I will do, I will create table catalog 1. Okay, and I will give some ID number. Okay, let me give it as 3, and then I will give item as var cat2 20, and one more I will give it as price. Okay, I will give number 6. Okay, so first table catalog 1 is created. Now let me insert some data into this. Okay, so insert into catalog 1 values with 1. Let's say I will give it as a laptop command, and I will give it as 800. Okay, so 1 row completed. Let me give another value here, 2. iPhone, as 500. Let me insert one more value here, 3. Okay, I'll give it as camera. Let me give it. Okay, so select star from catalog 1. If I give, you can see here I have 3 values here. Okay, So let me create another table here. So create table catalog 2. Now here I will give ID number same, comma item, so cat 2 20. Now I'll give the same price number 6. Okay, the table is created. Now let me do an insert into this. Insert into catalog 2, values 1 comma, let's see, I will give it as laptop, okay, comma 899. I will give it 2, phone 599. One more, then I will give video camera 799. Yes, as you can see here, catalog 2 if I give. So this is my catalog 2 and this is my catalog 1. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to merge catalog 1 with catalog 2. So whatever the contents is there on catalog 2 will be merged with catalog 1. So how can we do this? So we have to write a merge statement here. Okay, so merge into, so on which table we are merging? I am merging on catalog 1 from catalog 2. Okay, then I have to give some alias name. Let's say I will give C1 using catalog 2 C2. Now on which is the common table that I am having? C1 dot ID is the common column. Okay, so ID equals to C2 dot ID. So when matched, okay, then what it will done? Then it will update and set C1 dot price. So it will update the price to C2 dot price. Okay, when not matched, then it will do an insert on ID. These are the columns, item comma price, and then these are the values. Okay, C2 dot ID comma C2 dot item comma C2 dot price. So once again I'm telling you, merge into catalog 1. So I'm giving an alias of the table catalog 1 as C1, using catalog 2 the alias is C2 on. So what is the common column that I'm taking between the two tables is the ID on C1.id equals to C2.id. Now when the columns are matching, then you have to update the price of catalog C1 with the price of catalog C2. When it is not matching, then what you have to do, you have to insert the values of catalog 2 into catalog 1. So let's see whether this command will execute successfully or not. You can see here 3 rows merged. So if I checked here, select star from catalog 1, so you can see here I am getting laptop, iPhone and camera. Okay, so all the values getting updated here. Okay, so all the when matched, then you can see here all the values getting updated here. Okay, so when matched, you can see here everything is getting matched because all the IDs are same, and all the prices has been updated. So all the price of 899, 599 and 799 has been updated inside the catalog 1 table. Okay, now let's say suppose if I want to do an insert. Okay, insert into, let me just, okay, so I will do one thing. I will insert here one more row inside this, and I will specify here as E, and I will give it as 1699. Okay, now if I go here and select catalog 2. So you can see here now I am having one more ID. So let's see whether this particular when not matched will work or not. So let me once again give this particular command, merge into this. Okay, let me type this. So 4 rows merged. So let me check catalog 1. Now you can see here I'm having inside the catalog 1 I'm also having this. Now why this particular row comes? Because of this particular SQL statement. Okay, when not matched, then insert the ID values into your catalog 1. Okay, so this is how your merge statement works inside your SQL statement, inside your Oracle database. So that's all from the DML commands, okay, where we have done the insert, update, delete and merge statements. Now let's look at the TSL. TCL stands for your transaction control language. Now these commands are used to keep a check on other commands and their effect on the database. Now these commands can annual changes made by other commands by rolling back to original state. It can also make changes permanently. So some of the commands are commit, rollback and save point. Commit to permanently save your data, roll back to undo the change, and save point to save it temporarily. So let's look at the demo. So let's see what is the content right now in my student table. So as I can see here, I have 3 rows. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's try to do an insert into student. Now I'm going to do a values of 104, comma, Roy. Sorry, not Roy. I will do it as 49. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a commit on that. Okay, if I do a select, so you can see here now I'm having the 4 rows. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do an update statement, update student, set name equals to Peter, where ID equals to 102. Okay, so from Alex I'm changing it to Peter. So I will do one thing. Now what I will do, I will give it a save point here. So point A. Now again I will do one more insert into student values 105, comma, Chris. I will get here 30. Okay. Now here I will save it as save point B. Okay. Now let me do one more insert. Now this time I will give it as 106. Here I will give it as Bravo. Give it as 50. Here I'll give it as save point 6C. Okay. Now if I do select star from student, so you can see all these values. Okay, 105, 106, 104, and I have updated this particular. Now these are the insert that I have done. Okay, 104, 105 and 106, 3 values, and this particular Peter I have updated it. Okay, so ID 102 I have updated from Alex to Peter. Now let me roll back to save point B. Okay, now still save point B, what I had Peter and I had Chris. Okay, so till save point B I have Peter and Chris. So let me do one thing. Let me roll back to B. Okay, rollback is completed. Let me do. Now the question is what all what all rows will be there. So I will lose both. I will lose the Bravo part. Okay, so I will have. Sorry, I will till save point B. I will have Chris. Okay, so Chris and Peter will be there. So I will have Chris. I will have Roy, and I will have Peter. Why Roy? Because Roy I have done the committed, so it will be committed here. So let me check here. Now you can see here I'm having the Roy, I'm having the Peter, I'm having the Chris. Okay. Now let me do once again roll back. Okay. Roll back to A. Now till A, what did I had? If I can show you here, till save point A. So what I have only Peter and I have only the Roy value. Okay. So if I do rollback to A, so this Chris will go off. So you can see here, I have now the Peter and only the Roy. Okay. Always remember, we cannot roll by once we give the commit. Okay. So once we give the commit, we cannot do the rollback. Okay. Rollback only works when you are not done any commit. Now, instead of giving this particular save point, you can also do a rollback. Okay. Directly rollback. In that case, what will happen? Every changes from the last commit will be rolled back. So this is how your commit, rollback and save point works. Now let's look at the data control language, which we call it as a DCL. Now see, data control language, it provides a command to grant and take back authority. So we have two types of command, grant and revoke. So grant, it grants permissions of right to an object, and revoke, it takes back the permission from the objects. So now let's look at the demo on how can we use these two commands. Now see, currently, if I told you, we are currently logged in as a S. Okay, now under this particular table, this particular schema, we have select star from student table. Okay. Now let me access this particular table from another schema, which is HR. So I will connect HR/HR. I will give the password. Okay. Now if I want to access this particular table from Scott.student, now it will tell me table or view does not exist. Why? Because the HR user doesn't have the permission to access the Scott.student table, because the student table is residing in Scott schema. So he doesn't have the permission. So how can we grant him the permission? Let me connect as Scott. Okay. Now grant select on student to HR. So grant is succeeded. So let me connect as an HR here. Okay. Now if I do try to do select star from Scott.student, now I will be able to access. Now you can see I'm connected here as an HR. If I give show user, you can see here the user is HR. Now as an HR user, I can access the Scott.student table. Okay. Now let's once again connect to the Scott table. Now if I want to revoke it, so how can I do it? Revoke. Okay. Select on student from HR. Okay, so revoke is completed. Let me log again once again at HR. Show user if I want to do it. Now again, if I want to select it, now you can see it as an HR. Now I won't be able to select it. So this is how your grant and revoke, which is a DCL commands, data control language, works in the environment. Now we have something known as data query language. So under the data query language, we use the data control language provides command to grant and take back the, it is a select privilege. Okay, so to select the necessary select command. Okay, so to select the tables, basically to retrieve the records from one or more tables, we use it. So let's see the demo. So basically any select that you are doing. So let me log in once again. Okay. So any select, let's say if I want to do select star from student. Okay, so I can do it like this. Okay, so let's say if I want to do select star from EMP, so I can do EMP as well. So basically select is a command, is a keyword inside your Oracle SQL to retrieve the records from the table. So that's all from the SQL commands. If you have any question, do let me know in the comment section and I will be happy to respond. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for further technical videos.